Today on Whiskey Soured, we have Marshay Nicole Wayans. She is an actress, hairstylist, makeup artist, entrepreneur, and my friend. She is dedicated to helping people look good, feel confident, and thrive. Everybody, please welcome to the stage Miss Marshay Nicole Wayans. Oh my gosh, how are you? Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, I am good. I'm her. Today is hot, and today is weave takedown day. So we are in a nice little sleek pony for the time being. But I'm here. We made it.
I listen, I'm taking life one day at a time because with the technical difficulties, everything I literally looked up yesterday. I'm like, is Mercury in retrograde or am I tripping? And it's not yet. It won't be in retrograde to the end of the month. But I don't know what is happening to me over here, but life is kind of beating my ass, friend.
We try to do this. I can't even. It's been countless times that we have rescheduled this from something happening, and I'm like, what is the unit? Because we have great chemistry. The stars are aligned. What is the issue? Is it not our time? Like, what's going on? I don't know.
Not is not our time when we in like two projects together, because we be out there acting. And so, we are in an award-winning movie thriller that is now live on Prime. Y'all can get us for $2.99, rent us for $2.99, or have us for a lifetime for $9.99. It is called
You know
Do
what I'm
You
saying?
See Her?
In case y'all missed this face,
Listen,
what that face, we here.
we there, we black, we deep, we loud, we bodacious, we are curvaceous.
Too curvaceous right now,
Oh
girl.
my God. Okay, so you are coming in hot. Like I want to talk to you about the movie, and I also want to talk to you about your press run on for Scary Movie.
Mhm.
And so I want to know, like, what was it like seeing yourself on the big screen when you are watching yourself on TV?
Um, you know what's crazy? My whole life since I was a kid, I wanted to be an actress. And just growing up in the poor in Brooklyn, New York, it did not seem feasible. It didn't seem. Dom, you there?
I'm here.
We
I'm here. I just made you larger. Remember, I
you
told you
told
I was
me
gonna
that, but
make you bigger, girl.
I thought I would see you little in the side. I thought I would see that. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna keep going. So I always wanted to be an actress as a as a little girl, but it just did not seem feasible. It did not, my parents was just like, girl, find something else to do. And then when I wanted to be a hairstylist, my mom was like, girl, find something else to do. So those dreams, I love my mom, God rest her soul. She just was not about that follow your dreams life. It was more so work hard, hustle, figure it out, and that's life. And I know that that's not what I wanted for myself. So moving out to LA, it's just been one bucket list check after another. And seeing myself on screen, it's just like it's my own affirmation that I can do anything I want. I can do whatever it is. I don't care if I was going to be 65 on screen for the first time. That's what I was going to do.
Okay, that is so relatable because why is this doing it? Is your mama from the South? Was she from the South? Because I feel like that's relatable content. Because I know for me growing up in the Midwest, it was the same thing. Now my dad understood my dreams, my goals was always there. I was always the mistress of ceremony in elementary school, but you could find my mama nowhere. And I think it was one of those things where because it wasn't familiar to her or to our mothers or people surrounding us. And my mom wanted me to go to law school, and I had to like sit her down and have a conversation with her about that. I was like, that's not my dreams. I don't aspire to be a lawyer. Do I take pride in arguing with niggas and like, hey, here's exhibit A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Yes. But do I wanna be reading briefs all night? No.
Right.
So I feel seen when you say that, and, like, seeing myself on the screen and, like, having a speaking role, I got
That
my life.
that the girls are still dreaming about. The girls are still dreaming of. Yeah, it's my mom, her family's from the South, but she wasn't raised in the South. She was raised in New York. I just think it's a multitude of things. I think one, her being from the military, and I think two, growing up poor, she's one of 16. And it just coupled with a lot of things. Like, if she just wanted to make sure we were good. And my mom's whole thing was like, get a city job, sanitation or transit or something. I'm just like, she was a social worker for a long time. And I'm like, that's just not the life I want to live. That I don't want just my weekends, is my uptime. I mean, that's not even a whole weekend. As adults, we know you need more than a weekend you need to handle business for one day. I just wanted to create my own life. And again, I love you, mommy. She was just not about that life. My mother has so much unwritten material because she was a great writer that I'm like, missed your calling, girl, behind that desk. Missed your calling.
Would you ever publish those writings, like Words from My Mother? That's your title.
I am going to actually publish some of her work. I'm going to finish it because she didn't complete anything, but
Okay.
it's enough of every story for me to add something to it and finish off the book. So but she writes erotica. So
Okay.
so yeah, we gonna work it out.
Get us wet, girl.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want.
Okay, so in like finding your voice and whatnot, what leads you to one, this is two-parter, to being like a hairstylist and then coming to LA.
Well, being a hairstylist I've been doing hair since I was 10. And it was just a great way to make money because I've always found myself having a job and doing hair on the side. And after a while, I was like, I'm making more money doing hair than I am behind this desk. So let me do this. People hate when I say this, but hair wasn't always a passion for me. It became a passion later on. After going to school and dealing with apprenticeship and stuff like that. But it was never a big passion for me. My passion was theater. So I never even saw it as a gateway. It was the furthest thing from my mind. And lo and behold, me working on so many sets out here in LA, by accident, I've been used as extras so many times. I've gotten a couple of speaking roles that are all coming out this year and next year. But you just never know where things are going to land in your lap and how life is going to pan out. And I'm a firm believer in manifesting everything you want and desire. So, you know.
So well, how do you end up in LA? Like what brings you here? Is it you just was like, listen, I'm tired of the snow, or
Well, my dad is from LA. My mom is from Brooklyn. My dad is from Inglewood. So
okay.
I used to come out here for the summers, vacations and stuff like that. And I always said, when I get older, I'm going to move to LA because everybody else's dream, was like, oh, New York makes all the stars. You can make it in New York, make it anywhere. But for me, you got to go away from where you were brought up. You know what I mean? It just I didn't
Yes.
it was you stay in this box. So when I came out here to visit a couple of times for my dad, I was like, palm trees. There's no snow. Like I could go hiking. I never been hiking before. So girl, all of the things. And it was a complete lifestyle change. And because I said, I'm gonna come out here for like a year and see how I like it. And I dropped 40 pounds. My hair was growing. Life was good. I was making more money as a hairstylist than I ever made within a year. So this was it. No turning back.
So you come to LA,
Mhm.
you find yourself, on all of these sets, and you
Well,
really
it didn't just go from airport to set. I worked at Spectrum, I worked at Sephora, I worked at JC Penney Salon, and I also did all of those things at one time at one point. And I
okay.
Amazon. I did all that for about a year and a half to 2 years until I finally just let everything go when I felt secure. My savings was where I needed it to be. And then I said, okay, let's just go on out. And I did. And I rented a salon suite and I moved to LA and I was working for a corporate beauty with CVS. And
Okay.
COVID hit.
So wait. Shay, how long have you been here?
It'll be 10 years, like nine and some change.
Okay, because you said COVID. I'm like, wait a second. Like, are you a fresher than you are fresher than I thought. I thought you were about out here like around the same time. I've been out here for 15 years.
Mm.
So okay. In that, like how you doing all of this stuff, you find your way, COVID happens, and now we bite. So what is life like? Like, what is that transition?
A relationship.
Wait. It was
Where do we start? Um, well, I got married, got into a relationship, and then um how can I put this? I didn't like forget myself, but of course it was COVID, so there wasn't a lot of work, it wasn't a lot of hair doing, there wasn't a lot of sets happening. So
yeah.
I was living off of unemployment and being hot in the streets. And that was life until I met my now wife. And it went from I went from this single girl running the streets, going to the beach every other day, to now I'm in this relationship. And you know, lesbians, we move at the speed of light. So we
Y'all
was like,
do.
yeah, we was moved in. We met in like August, September. We moved in by February. We was locked in and been together ever since. So yeah, that transition, ooh, child, COVID was such a weird time. You know what I'm saying? Because like
I feel like it aged us like 40 years, like
I can't remember
emotionally.
what happened. I'm just like, when did I don't even know. I just remember moving and then the world opened up. And once the world opened up, we all went crazy. And then there was a what do you the strike that lasted forever. It was just all these things happening at one time. But the thing that will always keep me above water is doing some hair because rain, sleet, snow, or COVID, these women gonna come get their hair done. So
We gonna get our hair done. We gonna
as
get
much
our hair done.
as much as I feel like I'm ready to retire, it always keeps me afloat and it's always my safe haven.
So you are doing hair, and then you mentioned that it was something that you were not necessarily passionate about, but then you end up creating your own hair care line.
Mhm.
I've had your oils. Take us on that journey. You are now in your bag. You're like, okay, this is my bread and butter, and
Mhm.
your New York accent, my butter.
My
So how
I
did you know what? Because you specialize like in hair care loss, all of that. Like,
Mhm.
how we get here?
I just see so many people Black women, we love our hair. And it's always I got tired of the talks of good hair versus bad hair versus I hate I'm about to say it, but I despise when women sit in my chair and the first thing they do is tell me all the things they hate about their hair.
Mm,
I don't even have to touch them yet. I just take my comb and I'm like, hey girl, and they're like, oh my God, I hate my hair. And I always start off with a compliment. I don't care what condition your hair is in, I'm gonna find something good to start that off with. Like your length is beautiful, your curl pattern is beautiful. Oh, you have great luster. Oh, your hair is strong. And then I'll go into what the problems are, what we want to do. But women, I noticed that was the trend. Everybody was sitting in the chair. Oh, my hair's so dry. Oh, my hair don't grow. Oh, my hair's so thin. Oh, my hair's so thick. And I said, number one, we always want what we don't have. That's number one. But number two, how do you nourish something and you're giving it all this negative energy, negative talk,
mm.
negative feelings? So I said, this is not a gimmick. Let me get this all out before anybody be like, hold up, bitch. So I believe deeply in manifestation. And I know that you can talk to liquid water, whatever, and you can tell it beautiful things and it will change the chemistry of what it is. It's scientifically proven. You can speak love into a cup of water. And if you look under a microscope, the geometric shapes that it makes is just beautiful. like praying over your food. So I said,
Mhm.
I'm gonna make like an anointing oil for like our hair. I need something that when you putting it in, you telling yourself good things, you telling your scalp good things, you're wishing good things on yourself. And not only that, it is nutritionist. So I know a lot of people, a lot of stylists may be like, oil don't grow your hair. It does if you use it right. You're looking for the minerals, the vitamins, the herbs, the roots that are in that oil, and of course your affirmations. And I think, that's all you need. So I went through just creating the oil. That was my first baby. Of course, everybody has weave or braids or something. So we're gonna oil the scalp. So once I noticed that that is my gateway, I just need to get these women on this oil, start conditioning the scalp, start from the root. And then it just grew into a full line of hair care products that are amazing, that I stand behind, that I love, that sell out every time I drop it. And I want to expand, but I'm so tired. I'm tired. First of all, where's your candles? You still have your candles?
Okay, so this is not about me. This is about you.
Oh, no. Mhm.
No,
And
honestly, about my candles is I want to get back into it. Um, like you said, being tired, feeling like trying to focus on like a few things at a time because I find myself getting
distract.
overwhelmed.
Oh, mhm.
I get overwhelmed, and it's one of the things that I actually spoke to my partner. I say partner because I'm too old to be saying boyfriend. About and him wanting to help me like expand or scale my business, but
Mhm.
then that would require me like doing a third party, and I've done that before. When I initially launched my brand and wanting, I don't like that I don't have visibility over the product. Um, I had some clients getting merchandise, like product that they didn't order because y'all not keeping up with units, so you miss shipping. And
Mhm.
so I learned how to hand pour. And so hand pouring is like you said, it's how you speak, how you think as you're pouring, being very intentional. I could always make a candle for you. Um, but yeah, everybody, I don't know.
I mean,
Like,
because I'm that close with my products. Like it's almost I'm only selling really my oils online, like to everybody right now. But the full line is just too much for me to keep up with, and I don't want to be mass producing, and it's not getting the same love and effort, and it's not working the same. And just exclusively to my clients and close friends. Because girl, we just some black girls. I mean, I know the power that we have, but also we need the income, the time, the everything else. In the
yep,
world is kind of shitty right now, and it's just hard to focus on top of staying above everything else. We trying to keep our head
yeah.
above water, just to be sane. So to have to think about all the things and oh, my business, you be like, oh,
Yeah, and the space that I'm in right now, I'm like, also working on another podcast that's about to come out. It's a sex cast. That's been like 7 years in the making. And so we're doing that by seasons,
man,
but girl, yes, I can't wait for you to hear this. Like it is or watch it, whatever you prefer. Um, so my business partner in that, my co-host, who's also my friend, it is collaborating with somebody. When you collaborate, everybody, people can have differences and whatnot. And so, him being attached to other projects in Hollywood has afforded us a lot of opportunities to have meetings with people to help distribute what's going to happen and all of this stuff. And so that's been one of my key things. But like literally, my sister hit me up the other day and was like, "Oh, you got any more of those rose scented candles?" I was like, "I'll go and buy some, oil for you and I can make you some candles." And I gave all the teachers that I was cool with at the school again end of the year candle gift. And I know like when I always was giving it to like the teachers like in my classroom, but who's really been pushing me and encouraging me, like, do you have an Etsy? Do you do this and do you do that? And I'm just like, I want to get back to that point. I'm just not there yet, and I'm trying to understand what that looks like, because if things go right, and I pray to God that they go right, and like you said, it is one of those things like putting a lot of energy, manifesting, speaking positive to yourself, then if that deal goes through, that'll put some extra change in my pocket, and I can take, like, $1,000 and like figure this out, or a couple $1,000, whatever that looks like. Because for me, I just sell online, but then I'm able to spend time with ads and do all this other stuff. And I
Mhm.
also want to be able to do markets, like farmers markets, get up and go or whatever. Cause I know how to sell. I know about that traffic stopping. I'm gonna get you.
And TikTok live shop. You know,
Yeah,
I've never done that because I sell out so quick that I'm like, I can't do that demand. I mean, I could, but that's a whole lifestyle change.
yeah,
And also it's like where, gauging where you want to be at. Like, do I want this to be my whole job? And when I thought about, maybe I'm thinking on a small scale, but when I thought about like, not that I don't want to work, but is this all it's so much work. It takes everything from you. And I just feel like if you're not that dedicated, the business fails. And it's like, where's the life work balance? You know what I mean? What do I want
yeah,
more? And more for me is I like to chill. And again, I believe in manifesting, and I manifested a life where I don't have to work half as hard as I used to and get paid more,
yeah.
you
And
know?
that's the space that I'm in. I I'm not built for labor, and so trying to get to the point, like chasing like these little jobs to make meet, and it's not fulfilling. So I often find myself tired, frustrated, and so I don't want to feel like that. And so for me, it's like, okay, what does this look like? How does this pivot look? I'm not married, I don't have an additional income. Now, do I if I need something, do I say something? Yes.
Mhm.
But it's one of those things where I have dreams and passions and goals and all of that. And so how can I, okay, I'm here now, let me add this to it, and then let me add that to it. And we're taught, all of us millennials, we all have ADHD. So we're taught to multitask, and it's a great thing, but it's also learning that, like you said, rest, like understanding rest, listening to your mind, body. Um, so it's just, for me, it's just bringing it back home and recentering myself and putting myself in the positions to align myself with things that really bring me joy.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't want to be struggly, ugly, bummy.
What's ugly?
I'm like, word to B2K. What if I was struggling? But it's like, just really trying to figure those things out. And I just wanna not have to tussle.
Mhm.
So yeah, man. But talking about alignment, you are just off the heels of a press run doing, grooming and makeup for the Wayans in Scary Movie. So tell us a little bit about that journey.
Well, family does what family does. And I was blessed enough to be married into a family that is so loving and supportive and acceptive and receptive. And I literally had a conversation with Marlon and was like, I do hair and makeup, right? And he was like, what? And I said, yeah. So, I mean, I know you have your people you've been dealing with for the decades, but if they're not available or you need me or whatever have you, I'm here. And about 3 days later, I was on a press tour.
Oh, love it.
Mhm. I had about 2 days to prepare. And, the A-listers, honey, have expensive taste. Okay. So my kit, for example, my original face cream I had in my kit was maybe like 35, $40. So now I have to go to Aveda and buy an $80 cream or a $60 cream or a $90 concealer, or and I was like, oh, but the pay is
Oh,
good. But oh, but the pay is good. It's consistent. The only difference is, working with yourself and doing things for yourself, you get your money here and there. Working in this industry, everything is a net 30, net 60. And I didn't even know they had net 120s. Okay.
excuse me, what? A net what?
A net 120, honey. Yeah. Mhm.
I I am very I can it be net death to net 20 whatever.
I feel like the max should be like net 7, like 7 days max. I shouldn't have to
Word
go
to Tony
through all.
Braxton because why? Like 7 days, it should not take y'all no more than that to process payroll.
And you have to consider whether they do or don't pay you back for your kit fee. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But in this case, I won't even say what this studio was. No, I won't say it. But their net 20, if I have to upgrade my kit and spend upwards of five, six, $700 to buy things to upgrade my kit, I'm not gonna see that money back at all. Or if I do, I'm not gonna see it back for 4 months. It's crazy. It's a little crazy. But that's the nature of the
Yeah.
business. And you just gotta be, that's when people talk about hairstyles. I'm like, leave us out the chat. Leave us out.
Yeah.
I was listening to your chat with Greg Gilmore a couple of hours ago. Was it today or yesterday? And I was just like, I feel him when he was talking about the differences in the pricing and the come wash and all these things. I was like, oh, please, somebody say it. Tell him, put a sign, put it back.
Yeah, I mean, and shout out to Greg. Seeing what goes on in the industry vicariously through him and even hearing this from you, I mean, this is crazy. Like, because I think about like, what if like we have lives, we have bills, we have families. What makes you think that I don't need that money for 120 days? And
Right,
then it got to clear another, depending on your financial institution,
right.
another 7 days.
And to be clear, also, a lot of these now production companies, you got to go through so much in the application process, so much. And I mean, it probably took me 2 weeks to completely fill out this application. Now, I had already worked and everything, but before I could finish this application just to get paid, it's so much. Like everything has to be aligned. Your business, your this, your that, your EIN number, all these things gotta be. So I'm like, what if I was somebody who didn't have none of this shit together and y'all already had me work? You gonna tell me I ain't getting paid? Yes, that's exactly what we're saying.
Damn. But like, this is a perfect segue. Because speaking of paperwork, we did a lot of paperwork and videos because we auditioned for a game show on Netflix together.
Sure did.
We sure did last summer
hmm
and had to fill out paperwork,
Video.
physical videos, interviews, multiple interviews, told we out of the running, then told we back in the running. And then to get a call from the casting guy to say, hey, like I'm at the end of the road on this, like I'm no longer like useful, like I'm moving on to something else. But I told them that they needed y'all, blah, 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 for us to not hear nothing.
Nothing back. I actually became friends with him on Facebook.
Me too. And then he gave me his personal number. It was like, if you got any questions. And so I remember saying, no, everybody's hitting me up to maybe audition for Love is Blind St. Louis. He's like, don't do it.
Don't do
He's like,
it.
I worked on the first season. It is not like that anymore. Don't do it. Don't
I
waste
heard
your time.
terrible. One of my good homegirls was a producer for Love Island. No, 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 Love is Blind. And she said, absolutely not. The way they treat them people and keep them secluded, and that's why they be so crazy in love in 2 days. Mhm.
Yeah, when he started breaking down like how long this process actually is, I'm like, There's no way because it happens so quickly. It's like 3 weeks.
Well, they
And
keep
I'm
you away from all your people for way more than 3 weeks. Like, you already in this hotel, and you know that when they go in that hotel room, they take away their TVs too because
I
they
mean,
feel
I'm glad I like to read. You ain't saying never the word. I'll bring some books.
I was like, they was
I be
like,
buying books and don't have time to read them. So I'm like, well, I got a plethora on my shelf that I can get through.
I know, but I'm just like, imagine being in your hotel room. I mean, I guess you spend so much more time on set than in your room, but no TV, no phone, no nothing, just you and your thoughts, just quiet. What is
Well,
this?
but now it makes sense, like you said, like, okay, I feel like I'm thinking about this interaction, and what did you mean by this? Because you had a tone.
Hmm.
So I don't know, like you want to know the one I really would probably do for real. If they ever figure out the kinks, because I know they moved it to Peacock, but I looked at the application for Married at First Sight. I'm crazy enough to do that.
I like that. Just are you okay with he might be ugly?
You know, unattractive people need love too.
True. And
And
you can fall in love with somebody based on personality, income, let's be for real, hygiene, swag, you know?
mhm.
I just be worried. Like I would do that too. If I was single, that's something I would do, but I would just be so afraid. I mean, for me, it's not available because I'm a lesbian, but
Ma'am,
in another world. Um, I don't know. I just would be so afraid about that mask coming off because everybody be wearing a mask in the beginning, and I would just be like, married to you though?
that's interesting because I think of myself as a person that is very like this. This is how I am. You know me. So this is how I am with the niggas.
Mm,
So I'm just crazy. So I'm outspoken. I try to be mindful of tone because being from the Midwest, um, where I think there's a misconception where we're really flat, but I think people are very flat and monotone out here in LA. People
mhm.
always say you have a tone, and I'm like, well, I have a tone because we're speaking seriously now. Like I have to be serious, so I'm gonna drop it a not like so I'm gonna go maybe a half octave lower. If I'm excited, I'm up here like oh my god, and I might be louder. So
Right.
I think it's one of those things where it's like everybody isn't like that. Everybody doesn't understand that. People don't understand people that speak with their hands. They think they're aggressive, and I'm not being aggressive. I am just very gesturous and excited a lot of the time.
And
So
we know LA, come on. They
yeah,
gonna yeah, but LA, somebody said to me, like New York is kind and not nice, and LA is nice but not kind. And I was like,
ooh,
oh, I can see that because, like, if you see a woman coming up the stairs in New York with a stroller, we have it in our mind. You just pick up the bottom of the stroller and help up the stairs. There's no words. She don't even got to say thank you. You did what you were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But in
yeah.
LA, um, someone will compliment your stroller before they help you carry it up some stairs. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my god, that's so nice. It's so beautiful. But you're not
Yeah.
getting your hands dirty. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
a completely different dynamic. I'm never understood by LA girls. And
Hmm.
LA dudes think I'm too hard, which is okay. That's fine. But the girls, even the girls, before I got married, it worked out because Shantae's from New York, but dating before her, oh god. I remember one girl told me in my face, she was like, I really used to be really attracted to New York girls. Like I always wanted one. I always wanted to stay one. She was like, but now I'm just she's like, y'all just really aggressive. It's just a lot. And I was like, what? Yeah, like I beat you up. What did I?
And I think when people call me aggressive, I've had like men call me like even my partner like spicy. I had another one call me
Mhm.
sassy. And I have to take a step back and really do a self reflection like what what in this moment is happening to make you think that, or what has transpired over time. And I'm like, is and I kind of get offended when people say that because,
Definitely offended.
because I'm looking at it through the lens of being assertive. I'm not gonna let you talk crazy to me.
Mhm.
If you doing something offensive to I'm gonna say something. I don't like it. Um, and that's it. That's it. Where my homegirls be like, "Hey, man, like, I can respect the fact that you speak up and advocate for yourself when somebody is saying or doing something to you that you don't like. So, and you check it at the door. I'm not like that. Like, it takes me a second to say things like that to people. I don't want to upset people. I said it's not even about being confrontational. You said some weird shit. So why can't I say, "Hey, nigga, you weird"?
Hey, nigga, you weird. Also, I think it's a big difference in where we went to school. Ooh, where we went to school, and we know that shapes a lot of your personality as a teenager and stuff like that. And I remember, I can imagine what it would have been like going to school out here.
Hmm.
We going to an all black school where we had to defend ourselves and we cut ass when we could and joked and talked shit. And it was just a completely different dynamic, different energy. So you kind of had to be tough. I feel like growing up in the hood, you couldn't really be soft. You got eaten alive if you tried to just be all kind of passive and I don't want to say nothing and I don't. No, at some point you gotta, we learn how to do this when we like 7. You know.
Yeah. No, but also like you said, like to your point, environmental things that shape us, right? And we still made it out of the hood. And I think about that all the time when people ask about what life was like growing up in St. Louis. And I was just telling my homegirl today, having, cousins that you pretty much were siblings, like they was your brothers.
Mhm.
I didn't have any biological brothers. And, I remember being followed home from the bus. And somehow I told my cousin Sean, and my cousin would live with us off and on, and we were really close. And all I could tell you is this: Sean was at the bus stop at my house in the morning to take me to the bus stop, and he was there when I got off the bus to prevent anything from happening to me. And so you think about stuff like that where every girl don't have that.
Mhm.
I tell the story about, hey man, I was coming home from work one night and I couldn't get down my street. And It was a body hanging out of a car. Like my street is roped off, and I'm looking and I'm like, shit. Or even being like hemmed up by the police leaving a college party, and they all have like assault rifles, like with the light pointing at my car. And I'm like, what is going on? And then having a name drop, you know, for
Mhm.
somebody to tell me what's going on. They're like, oh, your car matches the description of somebody that was shooting. And I was like, you said a silver car. This is a slate gray car. What are we talking about?
But those are the things that shape us. Shape
Those
us.
are the things that shape us. And it's like that weird trauma, but it's not that somebody is hard, even in their trauma. It's like, are you just very sensitive and in your head?
Mhm. And not
That's
used to somebody speaking up for themselves around you.
yeah.
Because is this the first time you hearing this? Is this the first time we went through this before. No, see, but we went through this before. Like, I know this ain't the first time a bitch cursed you out. Ah, okay. All right.
But then you an asshole if you say that, Shay.
Listen, blame it on me. It was okay, it's my fault. It's okay.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
I remember, quick story time. I tell the story often. It's gonna be in my book. I used to work at a community college in New York in my early 20s. I probably was like 21, 22, 23 around that time. And I was working at a college and I had to work with two Black women in particular. I will never forget their names. It was Kenya and Regine. Okay.
Not
And
Regine.
they were my supervisors. We worked at the admissions office. And Ooh, child. When I tell you these women made it so hard for me to do my job, they were very mean and nasty. They would cackle. These were grown ass women. And they would laugh at my shoes. They would laugh at my outfits. They would laugh at my hair and my face. Okay. To the point where I used to go in the bathroom sometime after work or on my lunch break and just cry because I had to get it out. And the last day that like when I left that job, I made a decision. I was like, you know what? There will never be another time while I'm working or dealing with people in general, and I'm gonna internalize all that and cry. I'm going if I'm uncomfortable, your ass gonna be uncomfortable too. And that was the start of me cursing motherfuckers out. And it worked. It has served me well.
I don't like having to do it, but Imma do it if I have to.
I have to. And I tell people, now, was this necessary that I had to sit there and do this? It wasn't. But I had to finish what you started. And I'm working on being a little softer. But I think, like you said, I think people misconstrue assertive with aggressive. And I'm not gonna back down from that. I'm not gonna stop being assertive and being strong and being because let's be serious, black women especially, if we are not this way, they play right in our face.
Mhm.
They play right in our face, and you have to be sometimes, especially in the industries that we work in and the people that
Yeah.
we have to deal with. When I'm on set, I don't take disrespect from a producer, a director, a EP, a line producer, an actor. I don't give a damn. You talk to me with respect. We're gonna speak to each other with respect.
Yeah.
And if it don't, I can walk off. You can find you another hairstylist, and I can find me another set. Like it's just that
That's
simple.
real.
And it'll never be at a sense where it's like you will never work in this town again. Bitch, it's too many jobs in LA to not have to. I cannot ever see you ever again. I'll be okay. So I love that for myself, and I don't think I'm ever going to be in a space where I'm just like, oh my god, the world. No, I the world has hardened me. It has, and I don't know how y'all cat calls go like in St. Louis, but in New York, you cannot walk 2 city blocks without being catcalled aggressively. And I've had bottles thrown at me. I had men spit on me. I've been called every name in the book when you don't engage. And I remember, sometimes we walk down the street and some guys are like, "Well, you're not smiling, nigga," because I have to protect myself. I cannot look friendly because y'all don't know when to stop. And I'm so glad that that's one of the things when I moved to LA. I was like, "Oh my god." Niggas is not yelling outside the car. Yo, ma! You know what I'm saying? Like I can peacefully walk to the store and not feel harassed. Now, once in a while, somebody is gonna say something, but for the most part, it doesn't happen. And I don't even care if they think I'm ugly because in LA it's a baddie aesthetic. I don't care if I don't fit it. I don't care if y'all just don't want to do it. Whatever the reason is, I'm good. It's peaceful. Do
Yeah,
they?
it's one of those things where it's weird and it's interesting, like, when you talk about the whole cat call thing, a couple weeks ago. No, actually, this was like a couple months ago when I first got my hair dyed, and, a girlfriend of mine, we went out and just to Pasadena, and this dude kinda hit me up. And it has been a long time since I've been cornered and somebody's asking for my number. And I'm like, oh my God. And he was like nice looking. He probably really could let go of his hair. It was a little patchy. Um, but I was like, okay. He like turned away where he blocked like my friend. And but he also was very drunk. Like he was drunk. And so I was like, he's not gonna remember me. So I like give him a number and I just keep it moving. That I don't think that's ever really happened to me in LA ever, but
Yeah.
that's like one of those weird times and it's just like this person is drunk. And it's so few far in between. And I think people also, coming from where I'm from, like people, I wouldn't even say because by the time I moved to LA when I was 22, I'm 39 now. And so that's just like I kind of miss all of that outside of like the stuff that was happening when I was in high school.
Hmm.
But people were not, I don't recall really being catcalled while I was in college. Also like the part of town where my university where it was or where it is, it's a like affluent white neighborhood.
Mhm.
So I wasn't in danger, girl.
Yeah.
Um,
No.
so like coming to LA and living like in certain parts of the city, I just never experienced that. And like you said, it is even when it comes to like being sexually harassed, like that was happening at my fucking job.
Mhm.
Like I wasn't walking down the street, anything. It was my job.
Oh, that's a story for a day. I was talking to some man the other day. We were talking about because I was like, I have gotten sexually harassed at every job that I've been at, aside from being a hairstylist. Every corporate job that I have been at,
Mhm.
I've been sexually harassed. And I said, I'm sure that's about 95% of women, whether you
Yeah.
think they ugly or not. It happened.
Yeah. Yeah. That's real. That's real. Like working at the school, like working in education was for real the first time I did not experience that.
Mm.
Or when I was working in the shoe store and it was all women. But
That's the
outside of that, like once you ventured out into even working for I loved working at Nordstrom, but it was happening there. It happened at Saks. And seeing what life is like outside of that is so interesting.
Mhm.
And then but then when you work with, in a women dominated industry, you see a little bit of that cattiness, like people not liking somebody because like I got a coworker that's like, oh, she left early again, or she said no, and she was like, that's not a part of my job training. So I'm not gonna work with, a kid that needs a one-on-one. It's not part of my job training. Yeah, are y'all gonna, bump up my pay?
Mhm.
No, then I'm not going to do that. So it would be things like that. Or you'll see like, oh, so and so get on my nerves, or how you'll see how the principal even has, shows favoritism. So I
Deal with
lived it.
the caddy I can take.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather that than just, oh my God, what's gonna happen today?
Mhm.
The angst of that. I get along with everybody. So, I try to get along with everybody. And if you don't really speak to me, I'm not gonna go out my way to speak to you. I, might say hello in passing, but we're not friends. You didn't get a candle at the end of the year.
You didn't get a candle. You didn't get a summer candle. No, that shit. I mean, I can't believe the last job I was at, not last job, but like outside of the industry that I'm in now, I was working at Spectrum, and my supervisor, Jason, used to come and plop on my desk with his tight dress pants with his dingling print. And all the girls used to go crazy. And I think just because I was the only one that was like, ugh, because I didn't walk around with a gay flag, right? So nobody knows unless they ask me or we're having a conversation. But I think because I was the only woman at the job that wasn't like, oh my God, did you see his print? Or that would like giggle when he comes by, that he was just on my body. And he would come sit on the corner of my desk and purposely make sure that his print was facing me. And I was like, and I would tell him, like, that's inappropriate, right? He'd be like, why you don't want to see it? And if I knew then what I know now, would I have recorded every interaction with him? Absolutely. Every last one, because I would have owned Spectrum.
Baby, I even girl with the whole thing with sex, and then so I reported the issues, and then a whole bunch of stuff fell upon deaf ears, and then it was a situation that happened where I went to the head of the asset protection department and was like, "Hey, like I think I need to file a police report." And he was like, "What's going on?" And I told him, and we have an ethics manager. And so once he took me to the ethics manager and I unpacked everything, forwarded her the emails and all this stuff that I sent to HR, it wasn't that until they tried to get involved, but it would be retaliation ultimately because I would end up losing my job. So and I've called attorneys about that as well. And
Mhm.
it's hard, like a lot of people won't take those cases
Okay,
because it's your
yeah,
word against mine, regardless of what information you have.
and because it's so prevalent in all these different industries, you know, the lawyers are guilty of some of this shit too. The judges are guilty of some of that shit too. So a lot of
Yep.
that's why when I hear men defending certain shit, I'm like, oh, okay, you part of the problem. So I get it.
Mhm,
You would never be on my side. You know what I'm saying? Because
mhm.
for y'all, we looking for it. My shirt was probably too low cut. I remember one time my supervisor that was over Jason said to me, I had on a shirt, but I kept a scarf over it, like loop, because I knew I was at work, even though I'm in my own cubicle. And my supervisor over Jason walked past my cubicle and he was like, oh, the girls is out today. Nigga, what? And I don't even think the term he used was the girls. But I just know I looked down and I'm just like, first of all, I have a scarf on. And he was like, oh, we could see.
Yeah.
Why? Why is this okay? Why does this happen? But yeah, we're delusional thinking that every man wants us. So let's not.
Look, we're not gonna start today because
we have
we not.
we will be on these plenty of times. I will be back because
You will, and then my screen will be acting right, and I think you're right. I think I need that damn update.
Mhm.
But you want to know, like, I want to circle back to you finding your now wife. You are also indoctrinated. I can't talk today. Indoctrinated into the most famous black family
Ew.
there is in Hollywood, the Wayans. So kind of walk us through meeting your wife, Shantae, because I love her too. I don't love her how you love her. I love her like a friend because you and me are friends. You're my sister,
Ew.
but you know what I mean. Like, what? Take us through that journey, and what has that been like? Being a part of like the funniest family on earth.
Um, well, first of all, me and Shantae met on Tinder.
What?
Uh-huh. And it's so funny because I was on my last day and I saw her comedy special maybe like a week or two prior to this. And I was like,
Okay.
ooh, she is fine. I said, I didn't know the Waynes had a gay stud something in there. Okay. And I was watching this with this other girl I was dating, and I just kept going, oh my gosh, she is so cute. And she was like, damn. And I was like, ain't like I'm never gonna meet her. Like and she turned the TV off. And I saw her on Tinder, and I thought, let me swipe right or left, whatever when you do it. But I said this might be a catfish.
Mm.
We'll see. And then I completely forgot about it. And then the day that I was going to delete the app, I was scrolling through my messages one last time to see if I missed anybody. And she was there, and she said, "What's up?" or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I messaged her and I said, "Well, this is my last day on Tinder. I hate it. And here's my number if you want to connect. If not, deuces." And she hit me up. And we've been here. And we've been locked in. It was COVID. So our first date was a Kev on Stage comedy show where he had an outdoor. So that was she was on stage that day. And it was history ever since. And I mean, I was so nervous to meet the family because I'm like, oh, I know everybody ain't jiggy with the gays. And I know that they are a religious family and a God-fearing family. And I was like, but they have been the most loving, accepting, warm, supportive. I mean, to the point where they call me often and check in on me and leave it up to me sometime to help get the family gatherings together and situated and want me to bring my fried chicken and I love them so much. And I just never thought, because to be honest with you, they're a lot more supportive than most of my family. Mind you, on my
Oh
mom's side,
wow.
when I have 15 aunts and uncles. And ask me when was the last time I heard from any of them. Literally since last May when my mother passed was the last time I heard from any of them.
Wow.
So, mind you, this family checks in on me, sends me flowers, does all the things, puts me in when they need to put me in. Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Can you come here? Can you? And I'm just like, what did I do to deserve this? So, and then sometimes I still get a little fangirlish when I'm around him. Like, I tell Aunt Kim how much I love her every time I see her. I'm like, you don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were the representation that we needed growing up. Cause you know,
Cause
people,
I ain't the one to gossip,
you know
but
what I'm saying? You ain't heard it from me. Like, and I don't understand to see that black woman that they call, you know how they used to call Kim? Oh, she ugly. She look like the brothers. And now everybody on the way. She bad. She look at, we know. But you know, because she wasn't the light skinned green eyes aesthetic, she got called all types of names. But I love that she stuck it in the paint and her brothers put her on no matter what. And she found her sexy and her own vibe and her own love. And I just, to be able to have someone as like a personal mentor for me that I looked up to my entire life is kind of crazy. But you know, we here.
man, like I said, my first interaction with the Wayans would be Shantae. And she's so loving and nice and funny. But
Hmm.
I would go on to randomly meet Marlon at Sidney Castillo's birthday party. And we've never met before or anything. He walked up on me, so why you cutting that cake like that? And I'm like, I didn't cut the cake. The cake was cut. Why are you cussing me out about the cake? And he was like, let me show you how to do it. I'm like, why are you embarrassing me? I didn't cut the cake. But just, just nice, like friendly, all of them are, everybody's so friendly.
Welcoming, like they make you feel like you know, you around family.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yes,
and I know everybody asks them the same questions in the interviews, like what is a family reunions like? What are the barbecues and game night and holidays? Just as you think, crazy, funny, loving. It's always love. Like it's always a random ass barbecue where everybody just gets together at the last minute just to stay connected. And I love
yeah.
that. I love that. Keenan shows me so much love. He calls me oxtails. I don't even think he knows my name is Shay. He calls me oxtails because he loves my oxtails. So
So that's wait. So now I'm learning new things. So wait, you making oxtail?
I'm making oxtails, and everybody loves.
Oh, when is the next night?
I don't know. I'm thinking I'm next weekend because Craig just asked me if I was making some for the game tomorrow. So
Who asked you?
Craig,
All right.
if we,
Well,
I have a we watching the game tomorrow. So if you want to come, have fun. But
I mean, if
I'm
there's
not
gonna be
making oxtails tomorrow.
oxtail,
I'm not making oxtails tomorrow. That's not happening.
wow.
Because that means I have to start preparing them now. You know.
I don't see the problem.
Y'all think I just got oxtails in my refrigerator? Y'all think I just go in the refrigerator and just oxtails right there?
Yes.
No, I go to the Mexicans and I see them pull out that big old cow ass. They pull out the half a cow ass. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Then they throw it on the table and they stretch the tail out and they go. I was like, wow. You know what's crazy? The oxtail closest to the booty hole tastes the best.
You I mean,
It's the meatiest.
that's what I was gonna say. It's probably the meatiest too.
So everybody be like, I want the big one. That I'd be like, that's the booty hole.
So can I okay, so enlighten me. So oxtail ain't oxtail? It's not an
No,
oxtail?
it's cow tail. It's
So why
beef.
they call it an ox?
I don't know, but if you ever go to the store and look at it, it says beef oxtail.
I would assume that ox would be beef though.
I don't know. Maybe they started off as an ox. What is an ox? I have not been to school in a very long time.
You don't remember an ox? I
I
think
know
ox
it's an animal. Let
I
me
feel
see.
like an ox is it black?
Is it a type of is it a type of cow? Oh, it's
Yeah.
cattle. So
Yeah,
that
it is. One of them is black. Yeah.
so it
I
is.
didn't know that it was a type of cattle.
Wow.
Look at us learning.
Look at that. Hmm.
Damn.
Well,
I know we like both. Well,
I wonder what. So, okay, no, it's the cattle, so it all tastes the same. No, but oxtails, I love some oxtails. And when I go to the Mexicans, I don't really like to tell people this publicly because the Mexican supermarkets give you a lot for a little.
Okay, cause I was going, it's like an Asian market that my sister, cause she's Jamaican and
Mhm.
British, and so she was like, "Oh," cause she was going to some spot in Gardena, and then she found them at, like, this Asian market, and I was like, "Oh, I have that by my house." And
Mm.
so, she was like, "Yeah, go see how much they got it there." But then randomly, like, my homegirl live in New York, she was like, "Yo, low key, Whole Foods got them on the low." I was like, "Whole Foods?"
You know what? She's right. Because I had some delivered before and I couldn't believe it. But I'll tell you this, when I go to the Mexican place, I get 2 pans worth, like two long, not little pans, 2 long pans worth of oxtails for about 65 to $70. That feeds a
Okay,
family because that's what I get for the whole family. When I'm just
okay,
getting Shantae, I go and spend about $30 and I still have so much left that I want to freeze in half of it.
okay.
So try it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll let her know. You have to tell me which market because she in the valley too, but she in Woodland Hills. So wherever we need to go and figure it out and make it work, we're gonna make it work. Cause she
I'm
ain't
gonna
made
find
oxtail in a minute.
because it's not Vallarta. It's another one. I'll find out. I'll let you know.
Okay.
I just know by like when I see it.
Man, cause I'm sure like who got the oxtail? Maybe that's what I could order. I was like, I could snack on something. Maybe I'll order like an oxtail plate. I don't know.
It is not no snack. Let me order oxtail plate to snack on.
But I haven't had oxtail since like last summer.
Yes.
And I had curry goat and like something else.
You like the fish with the head on it, the snapper?
No, I don't like fish.
Oh yeah,
Don't do that.
we
I
had
don't
this
like
conversation before.
Yeah, I was like, I do not like fish. And I'm waiting on my blood work to come back because like when they did the skin allergy
You
test, it
work
seemed like I'm
that?
no girl, I might not be allergic to shellfish no more, at least shrimp and lobster. So I developed a shellfish allergy in 2006, right? So I just got my allergies tested, and the only thing I reacted to was oysters, carrots, histamine, and it was something else random. Oh, damn, what was it? Well, it doesn't matter, but my body didn't react to lobster, shrimp, crab.
Get
So
out.
I was like, wait a minute, this is a lot. But also, I know I don't necessarily react. It's like a delayed reaction if I have cross contamination.
Mhm.
Um, and so they still had to. So I'll find out next week for my appointment. When they give me the results and stuff of the blood test. But baby, let me find out. Let me
You
find out I can eat a lobster, crab leg real quick.
That's my specialty is the crab legs.
Baby,
I'll do tomorrow. I'll do crab legs and fried chicken.
okay. So so what time do I need to be there?
Well, the game started at 5:30, so
Okay, and whose house? Your house or?
house.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't have to drive far because you're not far.
I'm kind of far. Do you know that I still have your location from like a year ago? Did you know that?
It's probably intentional. I don't be tripping off of stuff like that. I got your I think I have Nene location.
I
I have
periodically check yours every now and again for no reason. I just if I'm checking Shantae's, I'll be like, oh, let me see what time at. I'm like, okay.
and you
But
always gonna see that I'm at home. I'm always you see where I'm off of
there don't be no reason because I don't even be knowing like where I'm just like, okay, like I just want to know that I can still see it.
and I'm not gonna remove it. And like I shared it indefinitely for I'm like, I fuck with you heavy. You can
You
have
know,
some
let
location.
me share mine. Let me
Yeah. I'm like, thank you. Thank
share.
you. But since it's at your house, I'm like, you don't live far. Girl, did I tell you that my dog had puppies?
No, you did not.
Girl,
I'm sorry, what?
I got a house full of dogs. I did a little
How?
mini photo shoot today. They are so cute. I named them Monty and Midnight.
Was this planned?
Girl, I didn't plan it. Her daddy did. And like I said, see, he be running out there with Damien. And when they went out of town for his birthday, he was like, "Oh, I need you to do da, 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 da." I said, and see, here's the problem. And I ain't gonna hold you. He he should have planned stuff accordingly before he left. Don't leave shit to me because now I'm gonna be a little spiteful. And I was like, oh, I hope when I take the dog to the vet in Woodland Hills, that especially because I gotta go to Woodland Hills now, I hope the dog has to go into labor. Like they do the C-section because he paid for it in advance. And he was trying to have her wait to go to Whittier, and it would be like $600. Woodland Hills was 1,500. And so I was like, oh, I hope we gotta do it in Woodland Hills. And we sure enough we did. And he wanted like she was only pregnant with like they from what they could see from her ultrasound, 2, possibly 3. And so he was like, "Oh, if one of them is a girl, great. Both of them was boys. I prayed for that too."
Wow. Brooklyn, you want to have a baby?
No,
Every
don't stress yourself out.
No, every month I say I'm gonna go get her fixed. I just haven't made it over there, but I'm over it. I don't. Mm-mm. We already
No.
got the dog coming on the way. She
You say
coming.
what?
We have another dog. We get it next week. When I say we, I'm talking about her. You know, I'm not the dog person. You know, it's not my thing. But I love them again.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna be sad when these puppies leave.
Really?
Yeah, because I've gotten down to a routine because you feeding them 3 times a day. I'm wiping them down, we cuddling. They fighting, I have to break them up.
Did you sell them already?
No, they still here. They sleep.
No, but are you like you have people that want them?
Oh, I think he does, but I'm not 100% sure. But they're like fluffy Frenchies.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my god,
that's
I'm gonna see you a picture for the photo shoot.
please. That's a bag. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, they're fluffy Frenchies and they so cute and cuddly. I love them. And like we got a relationship. And like today when I was taking the pictures, like one of them, like midnight, his personality was coming out. So when he realized, okay, I think she's doing something with she's taking a photo, maybe. And he did like stuck his tongue out, like, and I'm like, oh, I don't want you to go.
Pictures.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna send you the pictures. But you know, I'm so grateful for you to spend your afternoon with me early evening. And we definitely got to do this again because I had a blast.
Yes, and next time my hair will be done.
Girl, next time maybe my hair will be done. I'm like, I look, we got to get more into your hair care line.
I know
You
my
know,
book because my other children's book is coming out again. I have my second one coming out.
okay.
I'm gonna wait like a month. I'm trying to because my babe about to drop her special, trying to line it up. It's away in summer. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, oh yes, because we were supposed to have the party tonight. You
Yes,
were yes.
yeah, but Hulu pushed it back, so we have to
Okay.
post.
Okay. Okay. Well, it looks like I'm gonna be seeing you Saturday because I'm gonna get some fried chicken. What you need from me?
Your drink of choice if you're drinking, your wine or whatever have you. Um,
Okay.
I will have me margaritas or wine. You're welcome to that if you want, but that's it. I got plates, cups, food. I don't have no snacks, so you might want to bring some snacks.
Okay.
That's
What
it.
a okay.
Maybe
Maybe
chips
I so you making chicken, you said crab legs.
and the side will probably be salad. I might buy a pan of rice from El Pollo Loco,
Okay.
and that's what we gonna munch on.
Okay. Maybe I'll make some cornbread. I make good cornbread.
Sure.
She said no, listen, I just took it to a barbecue and everybody was like, so who made the cornbread? I was like,
I'm
me.
here for cornbread. I just don't know if cornbread is for game night. You know what I'm saying? Like you could
You know,
actually come to a Sunday when I am probably gonna make the oxtails and bring the cornbread. Oh, save the cornbread for next Sunday.
okay. Well, I'll
Okay.
figure out something to bring. Wait, yeah. Look, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversations. Marshay, tell them where they can find you on the social networking.
Y'all can find me on Instagram Marshay.Nicole. You can find me. Oh, also, Marshay Nicole Beauty is my business page. And on all networks, I'm Marshay Nicole. It might be Marshay Nicole or Marshay.Nicole, but that's me. Me. See? See that's me? That's me.
And we'll also pin that in the description and show notes. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everybody that you know.
Period.
And I can't wait to share also Stone Cold Freaks with y'all. Y'all get ready. I'm editing the teaser. So yeah.